Welcome to another edition of SKNIS Week in Review. The Week in Review highlights the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for the past week. A look at some of the highlights for April 25th to May 2nd, 2019. 3D design of the new Bastia High School unveiled, project launched to preserve the Federation's intangible cultural heritage, and emergency operation centers are integral in dealing with disasters. I am your presenter, Sherma Matthew. Thursday, May 2nd marked a significant milestone for the Team Unity government as the new Bastia High School 3D design was unveiled at a ceremony held on the chosen site for the building of the safe and modern state-of-the-art secondary institution. Speaking at the unveiling ceremony, Minister of Education, the Honorable Sean Richards, expressed delight in the progress of the initiative, noting that education is on the rise in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Today, we are present in a historic timeline as our country takes the bold step to embark on a new era in education transformation. It means that every student here becomes part of history, as you will be the beneficiaries of what is to be the most state-of-the-art, technologically advanced secondary school within the Eastern Caribbean. This statement is not a boast, but it is a fact.
Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, said that the Team Unity government is committed to building a bright future for young people in education and that young people should always be given the opportunity to strive.
None must ever deny our young people their opportunity for progress. None must ever protest against that which is good, decent, and in order for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. So today, in a manner of speaking, we have come to give back. Outstanding outputs of the Bastia High School, allowing the generation after us this opportunity to excel.
The new state-of-the-art Bastia High School will be built at Pont Extension in East Bastia on approximately 14 acres of land. It will house a 1,200 minimum seating capacity auditorium and stage built for purpose, 32 classrooms, each with a maximum capacity of 30 students, a music center comprising of 2 dedicated music rooms, 4 science labs, 6 computer labs, a dedicated lecture room, and 5 dedicated vocational workshops. It will also house a playing field and running track sized to meet international standards, as well as other various hardcourt sports such as basketball and netball, a library, a resource center, teachers' lounge, and counseling and health services facilities. A project aimed at preserving the Federation's intangible cultural heritage and safeguarding it for future generations was officially launched in St. Kitts and Nevis. The project, entitled Strengthening Inventory Preparation Capacity for Implementing 2003 Convention for Safeguarding Intangible Cultural Heritage (ICH), forms part of UNESCO's capacity building initiative in the Federation. Secretary General of St. Kitts and Nevis National Commission for UNESCO, Antonio Maynard, stated that the initiative is one of the most significant interventions yet made by UNESCO to St. Kitts and Nevis over the past 15 years or so.
This is definitely a most proficient opportunity for us to develop the necessary accompanying robust infrastructure in order to properly document, protect, preserve, and promote our intangible cultural heritage inventory. Our intangible cultural heritage characterizes the very fabric of our society defining our social behavior and manifests itself in our day-to-day activities, especially in our festivals, our carnivals, and our many events that is held on St. Kitts and Nevis periodically.
He urged all stakeholders, especially the Department of Culture and its Nevis counterparts, to spare no effort to ensure the efficient and timely implementation of the project, which will be executed during a 2-year period, 2019 to 2021. As we approach the start of the 2019 hurricane season, which runs from June 1st to November 30th annually, officials involved in disaster preparedness in St. Kitts and Nevis appeared on Wednesday's May 1st edition of Working for You to engage the public on the importance of disaster preparedness, especially during the hurricane season. An important issue raised was that of Emergency Operations Centers, EOCs, a central command and control facility responsible for carrying out the principles of emergency preparedness and emergency management or disaster management functions at a strategic level during an emergency. Speaking from the Nevis end, Brian Dyer, Director of Nevis Disaster Management Department, NDMD, explained what happens when an EOC is activated.
Once the Prime Minister or the Premier gives the notice that the EOC should be activated, it is our role at the Nevis Disaster Management to contact the various agencies to let them know that the island is in emergency mode and they should report to duty at the office. The office is transformed to accommodate the influx of persons, and the subcommittees, their roles and responsibility are displayed on the various desks. So persons coming in, even you may be in your post for the first time, when you come to the EOC, your roles will be identified and placed in front of you, so at least you can function. You'll be debriefed, and then you're expected to perform based on what is outlined in front of you.
The NDMD's director added that there is a lot of coordination that goes on between the agencies and also with counterparts in St. Kitts. Still on disaster preparedness and management. Communication is key in times of natural disaster, and based on the experiences during Irma and Maria, there is a great need for us not to have redundancy in our communication strategy, said Senior Meteorology Officer with responsibility for St. Kitts and Nevis, Elmer Burke, on the May 1st edition of Working for You.
Importantly as well, the messaging must be, because you would have indicated the messaging must be accurate. And meteorology is specific. And we would have had, I would say, a kind of unfortunate instances where persons would have put out sensational information. And we have to be careful with, because when you sensationalize the information, even though it might be partly correct during a major hazard, can have a major impact.
He called for citizens and residents to rely on the authoritative and relevant body, which is the St. Kitts Meteorology Office, to relay accurate and timely information surrounding disasters. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis continues to turn dreams into realities with the recent presentation of a fully furnished home to a Molyneux resident, Utah Hodge, a well-deserving mother of 10.
We are making the dream of Utah Hodge being realized today. A significant development for her and her family, who suffered more than any of us in the aftermath of the 2 Category 5 hurricanes which came our way in September 2017.
Ms. Hodge was one of 11 persons listed on the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA's Severe Damages Report for Hurricanes Irma and Maria. However, while the level of damage on the homes of the other 10 households was listed as extensive, the residence of Miss Hodge was the only one that was listed as destroyed and deemed uninhabitable by the NEMA report. Under the heading Recommendations of the NEMA report, it was suggested that a 2-bedroom National Housing Corporation house be presented to Miss Hodge. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis answered the call and mobilized the necessary agencies to respond to the urgent needs of Miss Hodge and her family. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris praised the kind contributions of local companies SL Horsford and Company Limited and TDC, both of which answered the call for closer public-private partnerships. Horsford donated the furniture, which included living room set, dining room set, and bedroom set for 1 bedroom, while TDC donated the refrigerator and stove. Thanks for viewing SKNIS Weekend Review. I am Sharima Matthew. See you next week as we continue to update you, the general public, on what's happening in and around the Federation.